Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into one of the most familiar sounds on the planet, but also one of the most mysterious, the cat's purr.
Okay, let's just get right into it. Why do cats purr? I mean, it seems like a simple question, right? The obvious answer is they're happy. You petting your cat, it starts to rumble, seems like a pretty clear sign they're content.
And hey, if that's what you thought, you are definitely not alone. A survey found that something like 92% of cat owners believe purring is just a sign of a happy cat. But, as we're about to find out, the real story is so much more complex, and frankly, a lot more fascinating.
Then you hear stories like this one. It's from a Reddit user, and it's heartbreaking, but it completely challenges everything we think we know. A cat purring while it's scared, sick, or even at the very end of its life? That tells you that this sound has to be doing something much, much more than just saying, "I'm happy right now."
So, to really understand the why, we've got to start with the how. How do they even make this sound in the first place? The biology behind it is a serious marvel of engineering.
For a long time, the leading theory was this. There's a little part of the cat's brain, basically a tiny metronome called a neural oscillator, that sends these incredibly fast signals down to the muscles in the voice box. This makes them twitch and vibrate with every single breath, both in and out, creating that nonstop rhythmic rumble we all know.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. This ability actually divides the entire cat family into two distinct groups. It all comes down to a tiny little bone in their throat called the hyoid bone. On one side, you have the smaller cats. Their hyoid bone is totally rigid, and that's what allows their voice box to vibrate and create a purr. But on the other side, you've got the big cats, like lions and tigers. Their hyoid bone is flexible, which gives them the power to roar. So here's the kicker. A cat can either purr or roar. It cannot do both.
Okay, so the brain sends signals to the muscles. That sounds like a very deliberate, active thing. But what if it's not? Some recent science suggests there's another piece to this puzzle, and that the purr might not always be something they have to consciously control.
It turns out cats have these really unique squishy tissue pads that are built right into their vocal cords, and these pads can create that deep, low-frequency purr almost automatically, just from the air passing over them. So the purr might also be a passive feature, kind of like a car's engine idling. It doesn't always need the cat to actively turn it on. So now that we have an idea of the mechanics, let's get into how this purr works as a kind of secret language. Since we know it's not just about being happy, we can start to decode what our cats might actually be trying to tell us.
You can think of a cat's purr as a multi-tool for communication. Of course, you've got the classic contentment purr, that deep, steady rumble. But if you listen closely, you might hear a more urgent, higher-pitched purr when they're trying to get you to feed them. Or you might hear a much quieter, more subdued purr when they're in pain. The context is everything.
And that solicitation purr is especially clever. Researchers found that when cats really want something from us, they sneak a high-frequency sound, one that sounds a whole lot like a human baby's cry, right inside their normal purr. They are literally hacking our biology, tapping into our instinct to respond to a baby in distress to get our attention. It's subtle, but it's incredibly effective. But honestly, the most extraordinary thing about the purr has nothing to do with communication. It's about physical healing. And this is where the story takes a turn into something truly incredible.
Scientists started wondering this exact thing. They saw that cats purr when they're badly injured or even when they're giving birth. And that seems totally backward, right? Why would you waste precious energy making a sound when you're in that much distress? Well, the answer isn't about the sound. It's about the vibration.
And that brings us to this number right here, 25 to 150 hertz. That is the frequency range of a domestic cat's purr. Just remember that range, because it is the key to unlocking the purr's secret superpower.
So why is that range so important? Because it's the exact same frequency range used in vibrational therapy for humans. We're talking about vibrations that are known to help bones grow and heal, to repair muscles and tendons, to reduce pain and inflammation, and even to improve bone density.
This changes everything. It means an injured cat isn't just purring to make itself feel better emotionally. It is actively using those vibrations to try and heal itself. The purr is a form of internal physical therapy. It's a built-in, low-energy healing machine.
So if this healing superpower works on cats, could it have any effect on us too? Well, according to several studies, the answer is a big, resounding yes.
Just take a look at this stunning statistic, 40%. That number represents a massive reduction in a major health risk, and it all comes back to our cats. So how does that even work? Well, the calming vibrations from a purring cat can literally lower our blood pressure and reduce our levels of cortisol, which is the body's main stress hormone. At the same time, petting that cat triggers our brains to release oxytocin, the love hormone, which makes us feel calm and happy. All of that together is thought to lead to that dramatic drop in heart attack risk.
So this completely reframes how we should think about this simple sound. That comforting rumble is a complex signal, a request, a way for them to soothe themselves, and a powerful tool for physical healing. So the next time your cat curls up on your lap and starts that engine, you kind of have to wonder, are they just happy to be there? Or are they sharing their remarkable vibrational superpower with you?